Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NFL wildcard weekend between a couple of division rivals, Browns and Steelers. It's wildcard weekend in the NFL, and we've got a special promo code. The code is WILD for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. This has the most line movement of all the games this weekend so far, with the Steelers now favored by 6 after news of the Browns head coach being COVID protocol, a couple players in COVID protocol, and their facility shut down briefly for COVID protocol. So the total on this one is 47.5. We've got Dan Kaiser here to hopefully give us some insight onto this matchup. Dan, what do you see from these two teams when they go head to head?
Hatred. I mean, these two teams don't like each other. I mean, they played twice this season. Pittsburgh won the first game 38-7. They lost last week 24-22. But again, they didn't have Roethlisberger didn't play. They didn't have a lot of their defensive starters in that game. So I'm looking at just by looking at that game on its own. I mean, they put up 22 points with Rudolph at quarterback. I think they'll probably get more with Roethlisberger playing quarterback. So I'm taking this game over the total. I mean, they put up 46, these two teams last week. I think they'll easily get more, go over the 47.5. You'd think of Pittsburgh, you always think, oh, defense, but the defense this year, after they lost Bud Dupree, they've seemed to like lost a little bit of their swagger on defense. So I think Cleveland, even though they have some COVID issues, that they finally got their wide receivers back. So I think, and they'll use that running game, so they'll be able to get some points. And the Steelers have no running game, so I see Roethlisberger just throwing the ball all over the field. So I'm looking high 50s for total for points in this game.
Yeah, what is surprising to me about the Browns is in that game where they lost, who is it, to the Jets? I think Baker Mayfield threw the ball like 50 times, and you have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, two of the best running backs in the game, and somehow you're not using them. So I would assume that they're probably going to make a little bit more of them here. And like you said, the Steelers' defense has not been nearly as lights out as it was earlier in the season. Not only missing Bud Dupree, but also Devin Bush out earlier in the year as well. So not quite as clamped down. And this is a Browns offense that should be really good. You've got Jarvis Landry, a receiver, and as I mentioned, two of the better running back tandems in the league. And Baker Mayfield, when he's good, he's pretty good. I think I know a lot of people don't like him just because of his commercials, and obviously the Browns have a history of being terrible, especially in the playoffs. This would be a really big win for them, and that's a lot of pressure to put on Baker Mayfield. But I think they're going to put up some points here. I'm not sure what I'm taking just yet, just because who knows what's going to happen throughout the week when it comes to COVID stuff. But I think it's a tall task for the Browns to beat the Steelers here. Covering the spread's a different number because this is a pretty big spread when we're talking about a playoff game. Do you have anything else you think better should know before betting on this one?
Not really in this game because I've kind of looked ahead for the weather. I don't think weather's going to be a problem. I guess the only thing, yeah, is if all of a sudden Cleveland loses their other wide receivers again, like they did against the Jets for COVID, then yeah, that'd be a big problem for them. But yeah, I think if they just look at these two teams as they are right now, they know each other, they hate each other. I think it's going to be a good game. I think a lot of offense, more than it is expected to have.
Right. And I guess there is another option. Maybe if this line goes up, you could consider taking it in a teaser, or if you like money line parlays, you can throw it in there with some other games. But this is not a game that's my favorite one on the card this weekend. But that's going to do it for our NFL talk here on Picks and Parlays. Great stuff from Dan Kaiser. As always, Dan, thanks for joining us.